Now, one party that has not made really any significant moves on its electoral list is the centrist Blue and White Party. Well, they did good enough in the last election to win the same number of parliamentary seats as the Likud, but that was not sufficient to form a government to replace Prime Minister Netanyahu. Now, Blue and White still remains as the only real threat to Netanyahu, and our diplomatic correspondent Mike Wagenheim joined party co-leader Yair Lapid today on the campaign trail.
We're on the campaign bus with the co-leader of the Blue and White Party, Yair Lapid. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start with the peace plan. The American peace team is back in Israel to talk to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, to travel the region, to try to push this peace plan of theirs. Benny Gantz, a co-leader of your party, was in the Jordan Valley today, along with other members of the party, to talk about what a peace plan might look like, at least from the Israeli side. Give me an overview. What is the Blue and White's position on what a peace plan should look like with the Palestinians?
Well, we don't know much. Nobody does. I mean, the economical part of the plan made some sense to me, or made sense to me, because it's a good thing to approach the young Palestinians, tell them the problem you have is with the stubbornness of your leadership. And we need you to look at the benefits and the incentives we're going to offer you if the leadership will listen, will only listen. The political side, or the political leg of the plan, is still unclear. I know they're trying to get the Arab countries, the more moderate Sunni countries involved, which is a good thing. I've been speaking about the importance of a regional approach since 2015, so it's right down my alley, and I'm happy with this. But we don't know much about the ramification of what they're going to say. What is it that they're going to say? Do they have anything written down with somebody else? So we just have to wait and see. I can tell you that if this is going towards a total separation between the Israelis and the Palestinians, then it's a good thing.
It was made fairly obvious, implicit if you want to say so, that Donald Trump wants Benjamin Netanyahu to win the next Israeli election, wanted him to win the previous Israeli election, was fairly clear about that. How does that make your party feel?
Whoever wins the election, and I think we're going to win the election, or I hope we're going to win the election, is going to work well with the American administration. And the reason I know this is because the history of the relationship has always been good. I mean, I can make the comparison. The Clinton-Rabin love affair was even stronger than the Trump-Netanyahu kind of relations, and so on and so forth. The way Reagan treated us. President Reagan treated us. So I think whoever wins the election is going to be in great terms with the American president. And of course, we expect the American administration to stay out of our election the same way the Americans expect us to stay away from their election. It's just the civil way of treating politics.
What lessons did you learn from the last campaign in April?
Well, it looks like it's an extension of the same election, but it's not. I think that the one thing the Israelis have noticed is two things. That Netanyahu bluntly lied to them, telling them, I'm not going to this election because of the immunity bill. He was going to this election because of the immunity bill. And this is basically the only thing he was really asking from his future partners. And I think that the people of Israel and his voters were upset about this. Nobody likes being cheated or being lied to. And the Likud voters were upset about the fact that they were lied to on this. I mean, if you're the prime minister, you're not supposed to go into election just trying to get out of jail, as a get out of jail ticket. So this is the first thing that is different from the election we had a couple of months ago. And the other is that people feel that Netanyahu has lost the magic touch. He's not the Midas he used to be. He failed working on the government. He failed now preventing Ayelet Shaked from standing in from heading the United Right. So he's somebody who's been telling the Israeli public, I never fail, and now he fails. He's a serial failure. So it's a different game, and we're doing okay. We're now head-to-head, toe-to-toe in the polls. If it will go on like this, we will form the next government.
I want to ask you about your relationship with the religious sector here in Israel, especially the ultra-Orthodox, the Haredim sector. You've had a lot of problems with them and them with you over the course of the years, heated rhetoric back and forth about what the roles in Israeli society should be for the religious, should be for the secular. Going forward, is there room for the ultra-Orthodox, the Haredim, in a coalition led by the Blue and White Party?
I don't want to separate a total separation of state and religion because I want to live in a Jewish state. I mean, this is the only place the Jews have, and I want to live in a Jewish state, and it's important to me. And it's important to me that my children will know that they live in the only state the Jews have, in the country the Jews have in this world. So there won't be a total separation from church and state, the American says. On the other hand, there's going to be and must be a separation from politics and religion. Because this mixture of politics and religion hurts Judaism, hurts religion, and hurts the country, and hurts our ability to unify ourselves around the greater good.
Co-leader of the Blue and White Party and the leader of the Yesh Atid Party, Yair Lapid, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.